লিরিক দেখা গান গাওয়া আর মাথায় রেখে গান গাওয়ার মধ্যে পার্থক্য। হু আর পার্টিসিপেটিং ইন দ্য কোক স্টুডিও আর দে গেটিং বেনিফিটেড। ক্রিকেট ব্যাট নিয়ে নেমে যেতে পারো, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি ওর তো একটা নিয়ম কারণ আছে। ওয়েন দেয়ার ওয়াজ আ বিগার ম্যাচ টু প্লে, আই অলওয়েজ স্কোরড বিকজ আই থ্রাইভড অন দ্যাট। মাইলস যে পরিমাণ সোলো শো করছে,
Let's talk hit numbers. মানে countless hit numbers. মানে মাইলসের hit number আমি লিখতে থাকতেই হবে।
There was no band's album ever produced by anyone. I did James's one. He didn't even know that I was sitting there. Shakib Al Hasaner ek dol media, Tamim Iqbaler ar ek dol media. If they ever had a moment to talk to themselves, it would not be there. Enormously talented ekta batsman like Ashraful. Take protect korlo na.
Speaking of Shafin bhai, like we know how important he was for Miles and in your life.
We are carrying him where we are going. Yesterday it was the same. The more the challenge, the better I become. The more aggressive I become. Gaan Bangla on the other hand was very unique. But সে যে বাংলা গানের জন্য যে কাজটা করছে সেটার জন্য তো তোমাকে অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করতে হবে। কোনো প্রোগ্রাম বাংলাদেশে বড়ভাবে চিন্তা করলে ব্যান্ড ছাড়া there is no ending.
Welcome back to Chili Flake Studio, Season 2, Episode 1. I'm Ifaz and I've got Riasat alongside. We hope you enjoyed all the episodes we published in Season 1. We have plans to bring you more enthralling podcast episodes in the weeks and months ahead, including this one. Today we have one of the pillars of the Bangladesh music scene in the studio along with us in Sydney. He's not only a living legend of the Bangladesh music scene, but also an ex-national cricketer. Hamin bhai, welcome to the show. We are honored to have you here. Kemon achen?
Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
We are pumped to have you.
Absolute honor to have you here.
I've seen some of your podcasts. Great work.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for watching us and supporting us, Hamin bhai.
And meeting you here in Sydney, man, it's been going on for quite a while now.
Yeah.
We were planning some episodes in Bangladesh later in December, and then we were thinking that we will put you obviously in the wish list, but this is absolute, like,
Man, it couldn't get better.
it couldn't get better than this. Another home ground we have found you.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And for our viewers, Hamin bhai knows me from a very young age, and he literally saw me grow. Mane music থেকে শুরু করে, he also saw my cricketing analysis and stuff. Didn't see me play though. He wouldn't be proud.
Well, I haven't seen that. So.
But yeah, Hamin bhai is an absolute gentleman, always supportive of everything, and it's an honor to have you, bhai. And today we'll absolutely dive deep into your journey as a professional cricketer and then a musician as well later. And some of the experience playing for the Bangladesh cricket team. We're also excited to explore any other topics that may arise in our converstion. And because I know you've got a deep,
full of topics.
yes, got a remarkable depth of knowledge. So I will hand it over to Riasat to start with the discussion.
I wanted to start with your personal life and family a little. So your parents were towering figures in the music scene. Your mother, Feroza Begum, was a renowned Nazrul Giti singer. Your father, Kamal Das Gupta, composed almost 400 Nazrul Islam songs. He was a music director, a composer, and a folk artist. So in what ways did their musical accomplishments sort of influence your path as an artist?
Okay, they were giants. I mean, their contribution to Bangla, and not only for my father, is 8,000 songs composed. He was truly a unique music director of his time. Even in India, they understand that he was very unique. He was a student of one of the best at that time. Ustad Alauddin Khan was the teacher or the guru of Pandit Ravi Shankar.
Wow.
Then Ustad Ali Akbar Khan. So in vocal, it was his guru was Zamiruddin Khan.
Okay.
And he was one of his favorite. So technically, theoretically, he was amazing because he learned it. And then his creative part came in. That's why 8,000 songs. He did songs for Bangla movies, Hindi movies, Tamil movies.
Wow.
And beside that, he did Adhunik Bangla Gaan. And beside that, he did 400 of Nazrul songs. And he got awarded, rewarded many times for the movie, songs, and etc. And he was friend of Subhash Bose.
Yes.
In fact, the Subhash Bose Congress theme song is his. His theme song for Indian Army, the marching song, is tuned by him.
Oh, wow.
And he, at that time, conducted an orchestra from UK for an English movie.
Okay.
His artist musicians who worked with him, anyone you name. So that's the person যাকে আমি ছেলে হিসেবে দেখছি তখন আমি কিছুই বুঝি নাই. It's like Baba, that's it, you know.
Right.
And there was my mother, Ma, okay, but she was like 13 বছরে first recording করছে. Within 2 years, she was known all over. তখন the Indian subcontinent was a factor. Everybody knew her then. Then she dropped out. Was literally just housewife, taking care of us. And then she went back to the career later on. So, first of all, very fortunate to be born in that household, having parents as that, and their legacy. It came very naturally to myself, my brothers. খেলতেছি ক্রিকেট খেলছি এটা সেটা, and my father is maybe doing some songs with the mother, just তাকে তুলে দিচ্ছে গানটা. Later on, when we started pursuing music, that's when the whole thing started to fall in. And as we progressed, it fell in more and more and more and more. So one, from influence point of view, something was very natural for us.
Yes.
And the other influence part was that we acquired, which was like the Western music.
Right.
And the best part was that they both, greats that they were, তাদের মাইন্ড যেরকম হয় না, ওপেন হয়. They recognize যখন বাসার মধ্যে মানে crazy things are happening, Jimi Hendrix going on, etc. I remember my father said that he liked Cliff Richard's voice.
Okay.
He said that went out with him. He couldn't understand why we were listening to Hendrix, but he could understand as a guitar player what he was doing. So এইসব জায়গা থেকে, but they did not discourage us from that influence. That was most important.
Right.
Could have done very easily, hey, তোমরা এটা কি করতেছো, অপসংস্কৃতি, whatever it is, and hey, for us it would have been easier to follow their path. Firoza Begum's ছেলে সুতরাং নজরুল সঙ্গীত, that kind of thing.
Correct.
But thankfully, great that they allowed us to venture into new areas completely on our own. And this just said one thing: whatever you do, you have to do it right. So there were some basic lessons from them, musically, very, very. I wish I had my father a little longer.
To see what...
No, I could have gotten, because to fathom him was a issue.
Right.
Correct.
Because here I'm trying to hold the D chord, D major, and he has he asked me a few questions. He was a very very humble but very quiet person, but যার সাথে strike করবে তার সাথে অনেক conversation হইতো.
Right.
So even with us, he wouldn't just ask a bit here and there, and I distinctly felt that I know nothing, so he just shoved me sort of off. Asked me one question, And then he just didn't bother talking about. But পরে 2-3 বছর আরো পেলে অনেক তার থেকে যেটা শিখতে পারতাম would have been invaluable.
100%.
অ্যাবসলিউটলি, মানে সোক করে নেওয়া পুরো জিনিসটা,
চোখ করে নেওয়া এবং ওরম একটা মানুষকে কাছে থেকে পাওয়া, এবং দ্যাট উড হ্যাভ বিন ফ্যান্টাস্টিক।
এরকম কি কোনো প্রেশার ছিল গ্রোয়িং আপ যে ইউ হ্যাভ টু লিভ আপ টু দ্য লেগেসি?
ও মাই গড, দ্যাট প্রেশার তো ফ্রম ডে ওয়ান। স্কুলে কিছু হলেই হামিন, শাফিন, তোমরা কিন্তু স্কুলেতে গান গাতে হবে। হ্যাঁ আপা, আমি গান গাইতে চাই না, ক্যান আই ডু নাটক? না 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 না, গান
গানই গাইতে হবে।
টেলিভিশন বিটিভিতে মাই মাদার ওয়াজ আ রেগুলার প্রোগ্রাম করতেন। তো তাকে তো বাচ্চাদের অনুষ্ঠান টুকন একটা গান করতে হবে, অ্যান্ড I used to be terrified of cameras and all that, School same. So much so that পালা যাইতাম, মানে like, ও কোথায়, বাসায় চলে গেছে, something like that. তারপর ক্লাসের মধ্যে our very respected নুরুদ্দিন স্যার, বৃষ্টি পড়ছে বাইরে, বাতাস বইছে, and he was very আমাদের স্কুলটা খুব কালচার ছিল আর কি।
কোচ করেছিলেন না?
ইউল্যাব, ইউনিভার্সিটি ল্যাবরেটরি স্কুল, কোয়েড ছিল। তখন কোয়েড মানে আচ্ছা, সায়েন্স স্কুল যেমন খুব কঠিনভাবে আলাদা রাখতে, এখানে এরকম আলাদা ছিল। উই ওয়ার লাইক ফ্রেন্ডস, জাস্ট লাইক ফ্রেন্ডস এন্ড অল দ্যাট। তো বৃষ্টি পড়ছে বাইরে, and like this 32 boys and girls who were in the class, for a great amusement for them. I mean, দাঁড়াও, আজকে আমরা ক্লাস, হি উড গো, আজকে আমরা ক্লাস না করি, হামিন আমাদেরকে একটা গান শোনাবে। কি হয়েছে, তার আগে কোন টেলিভিশনে প্রজাপতি এটা গাও তুমি, মানে used to be terrified by all this request, I tell you. And the moment you open, even at that time in the school programs, everything, সবাই ধরে নিত, ও ওনার ছেলে দিয়ে তো, it has to be of that quality আর কি, মানে
ফ্ললেস হতে হবে আর কি।
সেই ফ্ললেস করতে হতো। Everything we did, everybody's eyes were okay, that's the pressure.
Of course,
Yeah, of course.
Being judged from a very early age.
তোমার মা ফিরোজা বেগম, এটা গান শোনাতো, কি প্রেশার।
হ্যাঁ, মানে যেটা আমি দেখেছি যে whatever you have done, you have sort of hit the top level, মানে be it music, even cricket, and at a very young age you are pursuing professional cricket. সেখান থেকে you moved focus to music, and why was that essentially? What got you to move? And I touch it just on a side. From the time you started cricket to what it is today, have we underachieved? এই দুইটা পয়েন্ট।
প্রথম পার্টটা হচ্ছে some coincidentally that the music and the cricket started at the same time. 1979. তখন আমি আর শাফিন were like two kids, play everywhere, wrong chords, right chords, but we could sing.
Right.
And we would go to more seniors' parties and say, Hamin, Shafi, can you do this? So you would do Crosby, Still, Nash and Young and all that. And they would listen. That kind of thing. But when Farid Rashid, who started Miles,
Yes.
he's the founder of Miles, when he asked me to join Miles, and later, 3 months later, I told him, why not Shafin? Then Shafin came in. That was iconic musicians at that time. And to play for Miles, for us, were like playing with our heroes.
Yeah.
Same stage. We had again, frightening experience. I mean, and those guys, obviously, you guys haven't seen them.
Yes.
They're huge at that time. Lucky break, huge pressure, because you got to match them.
Yes.
Cannot fail them. And that was the thing. At the same time, my eldest brother, Tasin, we were all, like my father, was fanatic cricket fans.
Right.
মানে ছাতে উঠে অ্যান্টেনা লাগায়.
Wow.
So when I come to Australia, it brings me back those memories because I remember when Stackpole and Redpath would be, and those days, the World 11 versus Australia, Lee Thompson and all that, the series against West Indies, all that I heard it on the radio with fading sound, sort of going and coming, and we were like, man, you've got to fix this, A angle. So we were absolute followers of cricket. We would play cricket with cricket ball, tennis ball,
Tape pachai.
latim,
Wow. Latin.
aisle-ta kete, and then use it as the ball because it had more bounce.
Right.
So that was the case. So in 1979, for God knows what reason, my brother used to play for Victoria then Tahsin.
Okay. Victoria Club.
So he was already playing for Azad Boys, and then he changed to Victoria Club and was there playing. So we three brothers used to play in our garage, serious goddamn cricket. And again, my mother used to bring all the gears and everything. When she would go to India, bring 6 new balls and everything, and we would get on each other like crazy. So one day, my brother was going to his net practice and all that. He said, why are you sitting around? Because he liked what he saw in me while playing, like angti pore achi kintu kheltesi, that kind of thing. Said, why are you wasting your time? Why don't you join club? I think you'd do good.
তখন আপনার বয়স কত ছিল?
When I was 19 or
19. Okay.
20, 19. Then, I don't know for what reason, তখন already in miles in. Said, okay. So he took me, the best thing he did is took me to National Sporting Club, which was National Sporting Club was known for budding young players coming in, and they were judged fairly based on what they could do. They could come into the side, and National Sporting is renowned for producing a lot of these players who came and made some sense for themselves.
Okay.
I mean, forever indebted to Zaman Bhai. He is a very famous character, if you know, in cricket field. He got me. So Tahsin Zaman Bhai ko Zaman Bhai. Then he looks at me because I have to wear a white. I wore a white jeans, and a white t-shirt. That's it.
ওই সময় আসলে প্যান্টগুলোতে একটু ফর্মাল টাইপের ছিল.
but it's jeans, I mean. And আউটার স্টেডিয়ামে তো সব নেটগুলো পাশাপাশি ছিল. আজাদ বয়েজ তার ঠিক পাশেই ছিল ন্যাশনাল স্পোর্টিং, and Azad boys were like English team, I mean, they had everything. And their, National Sporting sort of like a poorer side of things, and etc. And we knew each other. Some of the guys who were playing were our friends, were the same school. And then Victoria, Mohammed, etc. So Zaman Bhai asked me, what can you do? So I can bowl. Bat? Yeah. Na bat, na ball. So I guess both. They give me the ball, I bowled a couple of. Then I batted. Then second day after he came and said, no, you're a batter first, then a bowler. Okay. So Zaman Bhai gave me the story short. I was quickly into the site. In fact, the first match I was in, it was a historical match as well. It was a 307 chaser. It was with young Pegasus.
Right.
Prince's debut হয়েছিল, আমারও debut.
Golam Nasir Prince. Yeah.
So Pegasus scored 307. And National Sport তখন 2 দিনে খেলা হইতো 60 overs.
Right.
Second day-তে first day evening, end of the day, I think 5 over or 7 over বাকি তখন National Sporting. So the opener got out early on, and Zaman Bhai from nowhere said, when the openers went, said, Hamin, pair up. Said, I was thinking, why the hell?
I to pick players, basically.
He had.
Yeah.
So I was freaking, why of all the players, he's telling me to pad up, what will happen now? I was in like an opener. When an opener got out and it was all new ball, Prince was bowling and Prince was so innocent at that time that, and I went in. If I have to speak myself, I have this thing, the moments actually it's very important to me. Always had been for some reason.
Right.
So when I went there, it was 3 overs to go, and I'm supposed to stick around the wicket. And that's my first match.
Night watchman.
And Prince says or a natural that in swing was happening.
And he's a tall guy. I'm sure he'll be watching this, yeah.
And Pegasus was a good team at that time. And 307, okay. I went. I not only played, I drove him for 4, then I pulled him for a 4 and all that. Prince himself clapping me. Then his captain says, don't clap. ওই level of innocence ছিল.
A good shot আর কি.
So I was not the night match that survived. Not only that, I drove and pulled, and down said, well done. So next day I was the opening batsman.
Yes.
Obviously, morning I went out to score. Very, I guess, I never felt nervous or anything. Very sound 38 and got out to a ball. So on the mate khela hoito, it had extra bounce.
Bouncy,
আবার ম্যাটে ভাবে যে চটের একটু গ্যাপ থাকলে আবার বল ওখানে পড়লে
সেরকম সুইং করতে হয়.
So I got out. So John Bhai said, well batted. I knew that you could do it. He gave me a lot of confidence. And since that, the next match, he said, you're the opening batsman. And next match, I scored again. So I ceded my place as an opener. Third match, I scored again. Third match was my first match in the stadium. That is the
Dhaka Stadium.
Dhaka Stadium.
Right.
And I remember I went in and said, my God, boundary eto dure. Char marbo ki kore, that kind of thing. And the wicket was so pathetic when there is the mat and we're playing from here and it is bouncing here and all that. And we go ekhane. And I scored my first 50 in that match.
In your third match.
Third match, 52.
Wow.
I remember.
And
I hit 4 or 5 fours or something.
Yeah.
We won that. So I ceded my place. That's it. That was it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
By that time, I was also doing miles. So in the evening, I was doing miles. And in the daytime, there was the game and there were the studies and everything in between. And the gallery, by that second year of my cricket, third year of my cricket, gallery knew that I am into miles.
Okay.
Hey Miles, oh Miles, that kind of গ্যালারিতে কথা বলে না
তখন তো আবার গান গেতে বলতো না.
গান গাইতো আমি যে টিমে থাকতাম সেই টিমমেটরা সবাই.
আচ্ছা, ওকে.
The Nehal was one. We have some stories, man.
মানে ড্রেসিং রুমে গান গাইতে হবে.
হ্যাঁ বাদশা ভাই.
Right, I know him.
আমি শুনছো তুমি পাউন্ড নোট পচিকো নদু এরা কোথায় পেলেন আরে এটা শুনো নাই তো তুমি কি গান শুনতেছো নেহাল দেখছো তুমি ও শুনে এনা ইস লাইক দ্যাট.
You mentioned Bacha Uncle. He was also the one person who played for the national football team and the cricket team parallelly. Basically, he was a towering figure in the sports arena.
He was a fast bowler who was way above his time.
Yeah.
আমি যতটুকু ক্রিকেট বুঝি, no one comes near him.
Yeah.
When it mattered. I mean,
yeah.
He was like Jon Snow. Have you seen the pictures of Jon Snow?
No, I have.
Jahangir Shah Badshah was like Jon Snow. That curly hair going on top and the slim body and all that, and had a lot of pace. Surprising, but the best part of him is that he had a lily attitude.
Right.
Or score and সমানে গালি দিয়ে যেত.
Very aggressive.
এই রে আমি পয়েন্টেই খাবো তুই whack 1-4, 2-4, 3-4. He is going on putting that ball outside the off stump, that short, and something is quicker. He's so he was one bowler who I saw was never scared.
I remember a brief interaction with him. I scored 19 in a game against Dhaka Club, and he asked me, "Koto korecho?" I said, "Uncle, 19." Why 19? 50 করো না কেন? High standards basically. যেটা বলছিলাম ভাই, যে from the time you started cricket to what it is today, have Bangladesh sort of underachieved?
I think Bangladesh progressed to a certain stage when they got the test status. There were a distinct move up was noticed, I would say.
Yes.
And it was followed up to a very promising future. But then it just dropped off. That's what I think had happened. And I would say it had happened because we Bangladeshis ourselves are terrible administrators and worst planners. I think that crop of players that came and promised when they beat India, when they beat... I saw Sachin's 100 in Dhaka, and it's the same match that Bangladesh won. All that Tamim, Shakib, Mashrafi, and all that guys.
Ashraful was at his peak.
Exactly, and then you had Mushfiq coming in, little guy, a lot of promises.
I think that was the team sometimes. When
that was the promising part of things. Now, what had happened is that this is how I see things, is that the beautiful game of cricket, the interest, all of that put together, that came in around that phase and promised to take Bangladesh to somewhere. But it's the administrators who failed. There's only one thing I can say. Because they quickly forgot that you got to have layers. They quickly forgot that you needed local cricket to bring up the kids. They quickly forgot and never cared that Nirman cricket not happening. School cricket, you are not having school cricketers anymore.
Absolutely.
And they were too busy on the bigger scale. Oh, ICC. Oh, we are playing, rubbing shoulders with Michael Holding. That trip, and the boys were performing so well in the ground, promising. They were basking in the glory of these kids. Who তখন তো facilities সবে দেয়া শুরু করছে. So you have to think that the players carried some elements within themselves to the team.
Correct.
এবং তখনকার বাংলাদেশ টিমকে যদি দেখো, they were gelled into one. যেটা what I call the poison not got in. The poison. তখন if you heard, this is how I describe it. If you heard one of them talking, they were always glorifying others, not him. Always. If Shakib was talking about Tamim or Mushfiq or Mashrafi, and that was the innocence of and as a result, the team gelled in so well. And I think Bangladesh doesn't give enough credit. আর বাংলাদেশের একটা হিস্ট্রি, তারা যে সম্মান পাওয়ার যোগ্য তাকে সম্মান দেবে না। যেটা বলতে বলতে তো জীবনই শেষ হয়ে যেতেছে। But the thing is, these goddamn people who sit in that chair, they think they know more, but they're absolutely, I would say that they should go back to school and learn some more. মাশরাফির মতো একটা ক্যাপ্টেন, একটা টিম প্লেয়ার, ওই সময়ের কতগুলা ম্যাজিক, কেন দ্য প্রমিস, as I was saying, মাশরাফি যেভাবে টিম হ্যান্ডেল করছে from technical point of view as a captain, he was one of the best captains.
Yes, absolutely.
Second, he led from the front. Third, his man management within the team. Who the hell cares about the manager is in the room, man? You're playing in the ground. How are you? His neutrality, he used to give the trust into players. There are many different ways. Mashrafi was very unique, and the team gelled around him, and that was the most promising period. But at the same scale, if I say, for example, enormously talented একটা batsman like Ashraful.
Oh yes.
হ্যাঁ মানে I think at any scale he was so আমি ওর past কিছু innings দেখতেছিলাম as a curiosity হিসেবে
Flawless.
তাকে প্রোটেক্ট করলো না they let him go, they let him fail, their responsibility if you ask me কেন মানে এটা রেলিভেন্ট কারণ বাংলাদেশের পতনটা কেন হইলো আমি বলি the moment the poison came in, the media got in, started feeding players, tumi to shei, tumi to ei, and all that. They let, first of all, ওই স্কেলের ওয়ার্ল্ড স্কেলে ওই ক্যালিবারের একটা প্লেয়ারকে হ্যান্ডেল করার মতো নলেজ বেস এবং মানসিকতা বিসিবির ছিল না। They didn't know how to handle. They didn't know that these kids need protection. Then when he fell for the problem, তখন তাকে অ্যাবেন্ডন করলো।
হ্যাঁ বের করে নিয়ে আসার প্রক্রিয়াটা
they should have protected him, gave him, he never came back. What a tragedy that they could. I remember the time he was trying to get back to cricket and all that, and I was acha koro tumi eta what koro tumi, he's your goddamn best player man. Okay, ekটু relief dao, ekটু encouragement dao, bring him in the fold. Nothing. I mean, these things didn't go well for Bangladesh.
Of course.
আমি জানি না ব্যান্ড কি ধরনের রেস্ট্রিকশনস করে, বাট ইফ আই হ্যাড টু ডু এনিথিং উইথ হিম আই উড হ্যাভ সেড নাথিং ডুইং। হি উড ট্রেন উইথ বাংলাদেশ টিম। যদি 2 years ব্যান হয়, আমি জানি না যদি অ্যালাউ করে যে না ট্রেন করতে পারে, নইলে দরকার হলে আমি তার ট্রেনিং এর আলাদা ব্যবস্থা রাখতাম, সো দ্যাট 2 years আফটার হি ক্যান জাস্ট জেল ইন উইথ দ্য টিম,
হি কামস ব্যাক উইথ ব্যাং,
অ্যাবান্ডেন্ড হিম।
মানে ওই ট্যালেন্ট নার্চার করার যে ব্যাপারটা, আবার আপনি মিডিয়ার কথা বললেন, ফ্যান্টাস্টিক পয়েন্ট। মানে আমার মনে হয় মিডিয়া একজনকে ফুলাতে ফুলাতে এমন একটা জায়গায় নিয়ে যায় যেটা নিচে আসলে কোনো গ্রাউন্ড নেই, কিন্তু উঠে গিয়েছে সে। ওয়েন হি ফলস এগেন, তখন কাউকে খুঁজে পায় না আশেপাশে।
আর তখন ওয়াজ দ্য রাইজ অফ সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া অ্যাজ ওয়েল, এন্ড লাইক নোটোরিয়াস জার্নালিজম অ্যাজ উই কল ইট, তখন ইট ওয়াজ এভরিওয়্যার, নয়েজ অনেক বেশি ছিল।
আমি একটা পোস্ট দিয়েছিলাম রিসেন্টলি দ্যাট এই ভাইরাল হওয়ার ম্যাটারটা বাংলাদেশে শেষ করে দিল, বিকজ ভাইরাল ইজ ইকুয়াল টু মানি টু। সো হি ইজ the people who are keeping their channels busy, they have to find an issue, so they create issue for nothing. আর আরেকটা জিনিস হচ্ছে, যখন না জেনে তুমি সবাইকে কথা বলতে দাও, তখন তো এটা একটা গ্রেট রিস্ক।
অফকোর্স
হ্যাঁ, আজকে সাইফ হাসান ভালো করতেছে, হেরে নিয়ে তাকে নিয়ে নাচতেছো। ইউ হ্যাভ টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড যে একটা বোলারও তো উইকেট নেবার জন্য বল করে। হ্যাঁ, সো হবে সাইফারও এই টাইম আসবে, সাইম কি তখন সাইড লাইনে চলে যাবে? অন দি আদার হ্যান্ড ইউ হ্যাভ সাম কোচ লাইক সিম, সৌম্য সরকার। আই থিঙ্ক বাংলাদেশের আমাদের হিস্ট্রি থেকে যদি শুরু করি, এত চান্স আর কেউ পায় না
অনেস্টলি।
But I admit that he has tremendous potentiality. But he is like আমাদের সময় যেটা আমরা বলতাম, নেটে ফাটায় ফেলছে। মানে নেট দেখলে মনে হবে ওর উপরে ব্যাটসম্যান নাই, গ্রাউন্ডে গেলে নার্ভ ফেল করে। নার্ভ যখন ফেল করে তখন রং ডিসিশন হয়, রং ডিসিশন যখন হয় আউট হয়ে যাচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ, যখন সে কিছু রান কোনোভাবে পেয়ে যায় তখন তার কনফিডেন্স বাড়ে। কনফিডেন্সটা হলে তখন সে নিজেকে পায়, নিজেকে পেলে তখন যে ইনিংসটা খেলে ওইটা দেখে মনে হয় ম্যান, এর মধ্যে তো জিনিস আছে, কনসিস্টেন্ট না কেন। সেম উইথ তোমার লিটন দাস, একে যে পরিমাণ সুযোগ দিচ্ছে আশা ভরসা। These things put others down, let me tell you. Bangladesh needs to focus on general players who can contribute steadily instead of this one innings magic. No, because you cannot goddamn even survive bloody 50 overs or something এখন পর্যন্ত। এটার একটা বিশাল জায়গা আছে, ওটা পরে আসবো, বাট আই বলতেছি এখন কামিং ব্যাক টু ইউর কোয়েশ্চেন, yeah, Bangladesh had a lot of promise, and I believe that Bangladesh could have been a serious team if the management could manage these players well. এদের কনফ্লিক্টগুলোকে এই স্কেলে না আনা, মিডিয়ার থেকে এদেরকে প্রোটেক্ট করা, মিডিয়াকে হ্যান্ডেল করা। বিকজ তুমি যখন হেড অফ দ্য বোর্ড, তুমি তো অনেক কিছু করতে পারো। ইউ কুড, এই তোমরা একটা ব্রিফিং, এই তোমরা কোনো ইন্টারভিউ দিও না, তো এই তোমরা কোনো প্রশ্নের উত্তর দিও না, স্টে কোয়াইট ফর সাম টাইম, তোমাদেরকে নিয়ে এইটা হচ্ছে, এটা একটা ডেঞ্জারাস স্কেলে যাচ্ছে। এগুলো তো যে কোনো একটা টিম, ইভেন 5 জনের একটা টিমকেও যদি তুমি ব্রিফিং করো না, ইটস জাস্ট ওপেন, ছেড়ে দিচ্ছে। ও বলেছে নাকি এই কথা, ও আমি জানি না, ও তো ননসেন্স, তুমি জানো না। হ্যাঁ, মানে কেউ কথা জানে না, কিন্তু সবাই এক্সপার্ট।
মাইক দেখলে সবাই সামনে চলে আসে। কিন্তু
অনেক ক্রিকেট নিয়ে আমাদের ভাইয়ের সাথে একটা সেপারেট পডকাস্ট করা দরকার।
হ্যাঁ,
So much to talk about.
Two very broad topics.
Coming back to music and the early days of music in Bangladesh and Miles, we know the first couple of albums were released purely in English, and the first album had covers only. So at that point in time, I think it was a very unique and a bold move given, the time and era. What was the vision and the logic behind that?
Before I answer that, Miles had done, actually, Miles as a band, after all these years I have to say it, so I'm saying it. Miles as a band, this rock music or the band scenario ke je contribute korche so many different ways, eta keu bole na. So amakei bolte hocche, because we Bangladeshiter, we have a nature short memory.
Or ego back.
System setting, ways and means to do it, and things to do it, the way to do it, all came from Miles. I'll tell you straight. And we sacrificed. Like at a time, chilo, whole concert used to happen on our equipment.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Our drum kit. And we used to give it free, not a penny charged. Damage we used to take cost to ourselves.
Wow.
Because I had the Marshall, we had the best kit and etc. It's just coming back to your question, is the concept. We were always thinking different.
Correct.
Day one thinking. So in the album, let's do. Oh, by the way, তখন there was no band's album ever produced by anyone, because there was no record company bolai uchit na. Even there was no production company doing any albums or anything.
Right. কিভাবে প্রডিউস হতো অ্যালবামগুলো তাহলে?
কোন অ্যালবাম প্রডিউস হয়?
আচ্ছা।
কোন ব্যান্ডের দিস ইজ মাইলস ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য ফার্স্ট। সেই ইএমআই সময় যখন উইন্ডি সাইড অফ কেয়ারে রেকর্ড করছিল, তারপরে আর কোনো ব্যান্ডের কোনো কিছু হয় নাই। আজম ভাইদের গানগুলো, স্পন্দনের গানগুলো ছড়ায় ছিটায়, মানে কোনো রকম টেলিভিশন থেকে রেকর্ড করে টেপের মাধ্যমে এটসেট্রা, এগুলো ইলেকট্রনিক শপগুলো করতো, যারা এমটি টেপ বিক্রি করতো। ওরা দেখতো যে এটা একটা ডিমান্ড আছে, একটা টেপের মধ্যে রেকর্ড করে এটা বিক্রি করতো।
Right.
And we decided we'll launch an album. How about an album? Yeah. Who's going to produce? Let's produce ourselves. So we gave the production name as Vampire Productions. And we got one of our friends said, দোস্ত এখানে কিছু টাকা দাও না, মানে ক্যাসেটটা কিনতে হবে তো। So I don't remember how many cassettes we bought, but he gave 30,000 টাকা।
অনেক টাকা তো।
হ্যাঁ। And 30,000 দিয়ে আমরা রেকর্ড করছি, স্টুডিও কস্ট, টেপ বাইং কস্ট, টেপ কপিং কস্ট করে নিজেরা। তখন স্ন্যাক জাংশন এন্ড ইয়াম দুইটা ফাস্ট ফুড জয়েন্ট ছিল, যেখানে তখনকার ঢাকা আমরা জানি না, তুমি কতটুকু দেখছো, ইট ওয়াজ এভরিবডি নিউ দিস প্লেসেস।
টাইমলেস।
The snack junction ছিল right on the footpath of road 8 এর মাঠটার ওখানে, মানে আজাদ বয়েজের তো একদম ফেভারিট হটস্পট। আমি, নেহাল, নাদের শাহ, আসিফ খান,
নাদের শাহ passed away. Yes.
We all used to jam there all the time. And then Yam came and etc. So we kept the tapes there.
What
tapes.
Marketing concept.
So, and once we put it there, and we didn't even announce, but it all went. It went so far that in Delhi, some Indian bands heard the tape. When I went to Kolkata with my mother, there's these guys, big guys, but the way they man, I listened to your album. It was so good. You guys did Hall & Oates. Wow. You know, and I'm freaking because Nandan Bakshi is someone I know from way back days, you know, like 71 এর লিবারেশনের পরে কামাল আমারে বলতেছিল যে নন্দন বাগচি একটা ড্রামার আছে, you know, super. And they're very good actually. So that was, our thoughts were always different. Do it. That was the first one we did. And English, not even Bangla, it's to English. And we did it. And we had 3 originals there.
Right. In the first album?
First album.
Okay.
Then, by that time, the next one we released, which was
Step Further,
86. That one, by that time, Sargam came out.
Sargam,
and again, Tokhon Badal was the all in all of Sargam, but he had the mindset. I remember the day he came, said, Bhaiya, we want to do your album, but we don't do Bangla. No, I want your English album. So that's how the second one happened.
Right.
And nothing stopped us. We wanted to do English. Yeah, let's do it.
You just pursued whatever you felt good.
The album always had the designing work.
Yes.
And all of that, you know.
So starting, এটা মনে হয় পুরো end to end পুরাটাই you had to do, starting from the recording to the marketing.
First one we did 100%. Second one Sargam did.
Was there, yeah.
But all ideas were everything. He left it to us.
Right.
Okay. Fantastic.
So that was the thing. And Miles যে পরিমাণ solo show করছে, no other band. Engineers Institute, Shishu Academy were broken down so many times. And we used to do all covers at that time.
You're a total musician. Just not a maestro with the guitar. You have knowledge on the entire spectrum of music. And sound engineering is a very big aspect of music, those who know. And I know you did sound for many renowned bands today. And you helped their journey, basically, to come to what they're today. So is this something you really enjoyed doing at one point? And how much does this knowledge help you elevate? Or এখন তো আপনি একটা স্টেজে চলে আসছেন, বাট ওই সময় যে এটা শিখা করা, এটা আপনাকে কিভাবে হেল্প করেছে টু এলিভেট ইউর মিউজিক?
Again, Bangladesh didn't have anything of that sort. I think I was one of the one of the first few, maybe the only one who understood live mixing.
Right.
Because Miles was the first band who did our first concert at the Shilpakala Academy, and what a concert it was. And we decided to reinforce the sound. Nobody, তখন পর্যন্ত ছিল সবাই সবার অ্যাম্প ট্যাম্প পার্সোনাল গিয়ার্স বসাইতো, শুধু ভয়েসটা মাইক দিয়ে পিয়ে দিয়ে যেত আর রেস্টার। I said, no. What will happen? We'll mic everything. Shilpakala Academy freaked their life out. So how many mics do you need? I need about 18 mics. Why 18 mics? What are you going to do with 18? And they didn't have nothing. I mean, there was just one pair of we mixed. And even today when you hear what we played, when I went to the Hotel California solo, for a second I thought, this is not my sound. What's happening here? And then I quickly realized the whole crowd was singing the solo with me. So it was sounding different. Erokum. So as I was saying, continuation of that is that from that point of view, I acquired the knowledge. I had it. Music, one part is, as you were saying, the total music. It's nothing actually total na. ম্যাটারটা হচ্ছে যে একটা তো জোশ থেকে শুরু হয়, বাট এটা তো একটা সাবজেক্ট, এটা তো একটা ওয়েজ অ্যান্ড মিনস আছে। জোশ নিয়ে ক্রিকেট ব্যাট নিয়ে নেমে যেতে পারো, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি ওর তো একটা নিয়ম কারণ আছে। শোল্ডারটা কোনখানে থাকবে, মানে There comes the finer points. আগে খুব একদম বুক ওপেন করে মাল্লা 6 হয়ে গেল, and then suddenly কোনো রান হচ্ছে না, and then
Then you say,
so music was the same. So মিউজিকে যেহেতু প্যাশনেট ছিলাম, লাভ ছিল মানে ট্রিমেন্ডাসলি, মানে ওই একটা এখন পর্যন্ত কখন টাইমটা চলে যায় বুঝি না, অন্য সব কিছুতে বুঝি।
রাইট।
মানে ইভেন আমাদের 2019-এর 40th অ্যানিভার্সারি এতে there were times স্টুডিওতে we were recording, we said we'll finish it, তো সারা রাত স্টুডিওতে ছিলাম, মাটিতে ঘুমাইছি, things like that. No, you have to, as you go along, you have to know. So that's what I did. কিন্তু ওর খুব একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট অ্যাসপেক্ট দেখলাম। আচ্ছা, ফার্স্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট অ্যাসপেক্ট ছিল আমি যে গিটার বাজাচ্ছি, এই টোনটা কি, স্যান্টানার টোনটা কেমন করে হয়, ব্ল্যাকমোরের টোনটা কেমন, ওখান থেকে অ্যাম্প, মি, গিটার, এরকম একটা ব্যাপার আসলো। ওইখান থেকে আই স্টার্টেড রিডিং, বাইরের থেকে ম্যাগাজিন আনতাম, পড়তাম, ইন্টারভিউ দেখতাম, শুনতাম।
তখন তো ইউটিউব ছিল না ভাই,
তখন ইউটিউব কিচ্ছু ছিল না, খালি পড়া। তারপরে ওইটা না হলে তখন গ্রেটারের জন্য চলে যেতাম হচ্ছে এতে, আমাদের স্কুলের কাছে যে ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিল ছিল, ওইটা গিয়ে লাইব্রেরিতে সাউন্ডের নামায় পড়তাম। পড়ে দিস ম্যাটার অফ নিউট্রাল, মানে ফ্ল্যাট সাউন্ড করতে হয় সাউন্ড এনফোর্সমেন্টের আগে, ফ্ল্যাট না হলে ইফ ইট ইজ এলাবোরেটেড অন দ্য লো তাইলে মিক্সটা ঠিক হবে, এইসব মানে ফ্রম স্টুডিওর মিক্স থেকে শুরু করে লাইভ মিক্স সবটা পড়ছি। ইকুইপমেন্ট কোনোটা ছিল না। দেন we had a guy who was seriously into music, Walker Thondorf, German. He was a big serious bass player and who knew sound. Okay, দেখছি first how to, guys, don't put your amps too loud because you're gonna be, then I cannot mix you because you're in, all those things came. But what I'm trying to say is that it is your interest that keeps you going, and it kept me going. যেটা এইভাবে হইতে হবে, এটা এইভাবে হইতে হবে, এটা এইভাবে করে, এটা এইভাবে। So much later when a band like Waves came in with a lot of equipment, etc., they left the country, we bought the stuff only because of that. And since that, like ওই stuffে, like I did LRB's first I think single show,
yes,
solo show I did James's one. He didn't even know that I was sitting there. Miles কিন্তু তখন already fire in the sky.
মানে performing regularly, and
so yeah, I took it seriously, and I was telling you while coming here, it's like a painter. I saw that sound, and I love it because if you flick it there, add this or add that, the whole thing changes. So I realized that if you're mixing a reggae band, what would be the snare like?
correct,
What would be the guitar like? And it's not the same as a pop band playing, or a funk band playing, or a rock band, or a metal band. So each have its own color, and you adjust the color accordingly.
correct, absolutely.
When it's a ballad, who is playing what? How does that come? এগুলা জিনিস আমার fascinate করতো, and I loved it. And later on, Mobin was a fan of mine, and then he got into it. He was actually one and only engineer of his caliber.
He passed away.
But yeah, sound is very important because whatever you're playing, if it's not going there, then it's not happening.
And when you mentioned you did probably thousands of shows, live shows. আর আমরা দেখি অনেক শোতেই একটা সিমিলার লিস্ট অফ সংস থাকে, দ্য বিগ হিটস দ্যাট ইউ নিড টু প্লে। কখনো কি বোরিং লাগে ডুইং দ্য সেম সংস?
We change it.
Okay. What is your motivation তখন যে the mixing it up a little?
Yeah, just change. Interludes changed.
Right.
একটু ডিফারেন্ট করে বাজালাম।
Our best work is actually later years. I think like for the last 10-15 years, I don't think, unfortunately, fans never heard our actually most brilliant work. And the most brilliant work was in the rehearsal studio, where none of us spoke, but someone started something and we jammed on it. And our goal was challenging ourselves, and we loved every bit of it, was that someone to start a story And can you just join in the story?
Ah,
And can you end the story?
right.
It's not বিক্ষিপ্ত আমাদের তো বাঙালিদের বসে আছে জ্যাম করতে দিবে সবাই একসাথে আরম্ভ করবো হ্যাঁ ইটস নট দ্যাট মানে জ্যামের যে একটা ফাউন্ডেশন আছে ইফ ইউ অ্যাপ্রোচ ইট লাইক দ্যাট then your musicianship is also in question because whatever you are going to do is spontaneous. You're not thinking. You're thinking, but it gets transformed into your fingers for a guitar player, for a keyboard player, something, for a drummer, something. Are you making sense? And the more the days go, we find you, wow, man. If you're, some days it's not happening, but some days when you are going in there, it was just, then we started to take it out in the show. It's like, what are you going to play? Because in a multi-band show, when you give the sound engineers a bit of the instruments first so that settles down. So we can't think of such a, we carried it kon kite. So some, manam ekta, let's do D minor. That was it. And then we'd start just play. But I'm a real thrill. I'm still waiting. I mean, we're changing the songs, as you were saying. Yeah. I mean, look, I saw Santana at his peak. And it was such an awesome concert, I cannot tell you. But he could not go off the stage.
Black Magic Woman বাজাইতে হবে
2. And they go on clapping. Huh? So he came back and he played Black Magic. Went down, clapping going on. Tak, 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 choltase. And he came and he started Europa. And when he finished that, everybody went home.
সবাই ঠান্ডা
So if you have a big song, you cannot avoid that. You know what I mean?
100%.
But we said, let's change it around. Let's change the preludes. Let's change the interludes. এরকম করে we fun, but not disturbing the song. যেমন কালকে ফিরিয়ে দাও প্রেম করলাম যে we had a middle part which is longer than the normal, so that kind of thing. But the thrill or the thing that I really want to do, and I was telling the guys that I want to do this, is that I want to jam. And I told them that if you become conscious of what I'm taking you to, or maybe you are taking me to, it's not going to happen. You got to be in it.
Absolutely.
So like I was telling, like if we finish Jala and then we go to something else, and then we can go to from that something else to the song. So can we do the whole show like a jam?
Right.
One run.
It's an interesting
Yeah, but this should be like Led Zepp's song remains the same. Songs ase, but the whole other parts are all jammed.
absolutely
এবার একটা সিক্রেট জানতে চাই লাখ লাখ মানুষ বসা এভরি টাইম when you go on stage আপনার কি কোনো রিচুয়াল বা কোনো প্রিপারেশন আছে যেটা ইউ সিক্রেটলি ফলো
Not really. যেটা করার কথা সেটা সবসময় ভুলে যাই মানে if you're singing you're not supposed to talk,
right
then if you're singing you're supposed to have your own room because you got to warm up your voice.
yes
এসব হয় না ওই ঢোকার সাথে তাই হামিন ভাইয়া এই you're constantly with somebody else এটা লাগবে ওটা লাগবে and you're talking এটা সেটা and then you just not, which is so wrong আর কি মানে quiet টাইমটা পাওয়া যায় না. It's not like arrogance, it's like you it's necessary that you just stay quiet and just be there because what you're going to do is up there.
of course
So ওইটা একটা আছে butterflies always fly.
এখনো
Of course. Of course.
every day is a new day
Every day is a new day. Like yesterday, did you guys notice? My cable failed.
yes
This company. In first song, sound check, perfect. Everything perfect. Go in there, plug in, no signal. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, that cable is bad. Give me another cable. Oh, it's okay. Tune the guitar. Now I'm going to start perform. Tune the guitar and first song in. After I think the first verse, guitar went. And I can't move from the microphone. But that is where your professionalism and etc.
Experience.
Experience.
So whatever I was doing then, I was still fixing something or the other, and this guy was changing my cable all the time. But these are the things that can offset you completely.
Yeah.
Most jittery time, beginning of the show and etc. And when I read an interview of Joe Sat, and he says, he's saying, in San Francisco, we had this perfect sound check. My monitor was absolutely A1. When I went and plugged in, started playing my first song, and my monitor failed. মানে মনিটর ফেল করা কিন্তু ডেডলি। সো এগুলা শুনলে ওদের রিহার্সাল, দেন ইউ ক্যান সি দ্য সিমিলারিটি কি হয়, ইউনো।
অ্যাবসলিউটলি ভাইয়া, মানে আমার সবসময় একটা কৌতূহল থেকেই বলি, মানে মাইলসের কর্ড প্রোগ্রেশন কিন্তু অনেক ক্রিটিক্যাল কর্ড প্রোগ্রেশন, মানে ইটস নট, আপনার শুনে মনে হচ্ছে আচ্ছা দুইটা কর্ড, না আরেকটা আছে, মানে দ্য ডেপথ অফ মাইলস সংস ইজ নেক্সট লেভেল, অ্যান্ড মানে and I've noticed that, and as a listener it is very engaging, very soothing. Do you think জানাটা যে কতটুক দরকার, I never see you overplay, you absolutely যতটুক দরকার অতটুক, even though you can if you want to, একটা মিউজিশিয়ানের এটা বোঝা কতটুক ইম্পর্টেন্ট আজকের মিউজিশিয়ানদের জন্য, যদি আপনার একটা অ্যাডভাইস থাকে?
It's like anything else in nature. Can you eat more? No. There's just enough, and then you are overeating. Can you exercise more? There's just enough, and then you are now hurting yourself.
Yeah.
If you're cooking, you give salt more. Can you eat? No. Why is it any architecture? There's always this ratio that comes in. So why would it be any different in music? Why would you overplay? Why would you want to defeat a beautiful melody by overriding another melody on it? There's a thing called breathing. There's a thing called, as Miles Davis says, it's not the note you play. It's not what you play. Not playing. Space na dile. How can you make an effect with what you are coming out with in terms of notes? Listener is listening a total combination, but our bodies are antennas. Why does it move you and something doesn't move you? It's because your body is an antenna based on your choices, your likings, dislikings. But if it is something unnecessary, you start to dislike it. It starts to disturb you in the mind. Why is that? Because there's a thing called, is a common phrase that we just enough.
Exactly.
Just enough. There is, like anything else, there are theories. People can ignore, but you cannot ignore actually. There is a proportion. There is a thing called prelude. There's a reason why the prelude. Prelude does what to the song? Interlude does what to the song? You're talking about the chords. Chords is the color. If I keep paint, if I do just black and white, if I just use red, if I paint something with just this, black, white, and red, how many can I do? You got to have the chords come in because they color your melody.
Absolutely.
যেমন নীলার interlude is jump half a scale. Why is that? Why is it's jumped? It comes out attacking. It's intentionally done because the moment you jump the scale, a whole note or a half note, it will create a different avenue for the interlude or
You
anything.
can completely take it to a different
Yeah,
direction.
and that's exactly what it does.
Like more than 4 decades into music, and we see you whenever you're performing, like especially last night show matro ami bujhte parlam je there was like a chord error, but didn't realize you remain so tight every single time. আরেকটা জিনিস নোটিস করি যে আপনার সামনে লিরিক্স স্ট্যান্ড কখনো থাকে না, নট মেনি মিউজিশিয়ানস ক্যান ডু দ্যাট। হাউ ডু ইউ মেনটেন দ্য সেম লেভেল অফ ইন্টেন্সিটি এভরি টাইম, ডে ইন ডে আউট?
ফিটনেসের একটা বড় ব্যাপার থাকে ভাইয়া। Like, you do it.
আমার মা বাবা দুজনেই মানে my father was a very handsome, very tall. A lot of people, he made an impression wherever he went. My mother, so was my mother. So it comes naturally. Look, this is not like anything extra. If you ask me, or when Shafin was there, or if we have influenced even Manam or some of the other kids who are playing now, is that it's my body. I just want to stay fit. And I hate being unfit. And I hate anything. I went through some severe operations and everything, which makes things a little difficult.
Right.
But point ta holo, I was at one time very strong, very fit. And I am still strong and much fitter than my age group. I'm as fit as probably 30s people. But it is kono jor kore na. It's like I want to be that. It's me. I want to be in my best. That's number one. Number two, I go up on stage, so I have to be as best as I can. And then that fitness also brings in what I'm doing. Am I doing, enjoying it? Because it's not choreographed or anything. It's just however I felt.
ফিট হলে কিন্তু সবকিছু ভালো লাগে।
সবকিছু ভালো লাগে। I don't want to eat a lot because it doesn't make sense. I like to stay a bit hungry because it makes me feel sharper, better. When I take food, I don't want to eat. It's come from my mother as well. She had been actually, if you are looking at myself, Shafin, and thinking if we were iconic in that sense, it has all come from my mother. And she made sense of what she'd give us food that was never like meaningless kichu na. It was not biryani every day, although we could have eaten biryani every day. No biryani. Maybe once a week.
Healthy diet.
So we grew that habit.
ওটা আমাদের বাচ্চাদেরকে এখন আমরা যেভাবে চেষ্টা করি আর কি।
No sodas. When I was a school kid, I had sodas. When I was a college kid, I had some sodas, yeah. After that,
No soda.
hardly. Full of sugar. You don't take it. It's bound to do some harm to you.
Sometimes,
that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk hit numbers. Countless hit numbers. মাইলসের হিট নাম্বার আমি লিখতে পারবো, লিখতে থাকতেই হবে বেসিক্যালি, এতগুলো হিট নাম্বারস। সেটা একটা মিউজিশিয়ানের জন্য কিন্তু একটা পয়েন্ট থাকে যেখানে আই লাইক প্লেয়িং দিস ডাজন্ট নেসেসারিলি মিন ইট উইল বি এ হিট, বাট আই ডোন্ট সর্ট অফ রিলেট টু ইট কমপ্লিটলি, বাট আই নো এটা মানুষ খাবে বেসিক্যালি। এই যে ব্যালেন্সটা স্ট্রাইক করা, এটা কিভাবে করা? হোয়াটস দ্য ফর্মুলা ফর দিস বেসিক্যালি?
Creation of music, I think I would want to say that it's actually it has some spiritual factors to it.
Yeah.
I have felt it. Others in the band felt it when it happened. It happens. And when we sort of take it to the context of like Paul McCartney's interview, and he says the same thing, then you know that this is what's actually happening. Because Paul McCartney is saying, most of the lyrics I wrote was when I was flying in the aircraft. I never had an idea. And it's so true. সব কিছু প্রিপেয়ার হয়ে আমরা বসছি, রেকর্ডিং করব, কোনো গান আসতেছে না, এইটা বাজায়, ওই সুর,
Then you just completely shut off.
না আজকে হবে না। And then in the rehearsal করতেছি, then something happens. Wait. Stop. Then it flows in. So there's a thing called mojo, as they say. It's a niyom ase. Never, when that comes, never leave it unfinished. At least ওর পুরো জিনিসটা যেন লেট থাকে, বেসিক পুরো জিনিসটা যেন লেট থাকে. If you half do it, next day you come, it's gone.
Yeah.
You see it, and it keeps coming, and it leads you. You have to be receptive, and মানে chaos-এর থেকে হয়. I'm telling you. Absolute chaos থেকে হয়. It's like আমার রিহার্সাল শেষ হয়েছে, people came in for a concert talking, জোরে কথাবার্তা হচ্ছে, and we just finished rehearsal, guitar pack করতেছে, and then the tune came.
আবার সব
No. I kept the guitar, went in, then তখন তো ফোনও ছিল না. Said, man, I need to figure this out. Then the acoustic guitar came out, and those guys were talking there, and I went at the back and Priyotama dekhechi tuma. That song came then.
Okay. Wow.
Phiriye Dao came when we were recording Jadoo.
আমি জিজ্ঞেস করলাম
আমিও জিজ্ঞেস করতাম
Phiriye Dao
স্টোরিটা কি আসলে.
It was just another song, as he was saying. We never did like এটা hit হবে, no. It was like all open. Because Chand Tara Surjo, we suspended chords and all that. When it was, so first was আমাদের plan ছিল, let's create 10-12 good songs. Are we happy with the songs?
Okay.
So let it go. Let people choose. আমাদের অনেকগুলা ভালো গান মানুষজন শুনতেই পারে না. যেমন he was saying যায় দিন যায়, এটা যদি So এইটা আমি জানি, if we start playing regularly, it will reach quickly somewhere. ভুলবো না তোমাকে করতে পারি না. এটা করলে তখন হয়তো আর হৃদয়হীনা করতে হবে না. You know what I mean? তো এরকম কিছু, যেমন আমার একটা সং আছে that I so want to do, but again usually every time that time is tight, is Shanti Chai, which is so necessary for now.
100%.
Absolutely.
Just competition নিয়ে যদি একটু কথা বলি, there was a time when probably Miles, আপনিও বলেছেন, was doing live shows only. অন্যান্য band like LRB, Warfaze, Rockstar, they were just coming up, and you played a pivotal role in basically setting the stage for them, to a time where you started sharing stage with them through your own equipment, their equipment. আস্তে একটা বিশাল একটা evolution হয়েছে. Competitionটা, how healthy was it back then compared to now? Or how would you compare competition?
বাংলাদেশ ক্রিকেটের মতো যখন পুরো জিনিসটা এক্সপ্লোড করছে, দ্য রিভলিউশন অফ ব্যান্ড মিউজিক ইন বাংলাদেশ, তখন it was for a long time very healthy competition.
Right.
One was sussing the other up. We would never give LRB an inch. They would never give us an 1 inch. Warfaze ছোট ছিল, পিচ্ছি ছিল. They would want to prove that they have also come of time in front of their elder brothers and all that. আমরা তো অনেক প্যাট্রোনাইজ করতাম আপ অ্যান্ড কামিং ব্যান্ডস গুলোকে.
সরি ইন্টারাপ্ট ভাই, শেজান ভাই গতকালকে বলছিল যে আর্টসেলের উঠাতে মানে মাইলস ওয়াজ দ্য ফার্স্ট ব্যান্ড যে অ্যাকচুয়ালি জায়গা দিয়েছে আর্টসেলকে টু পারফর্ম উইথ মাইলস, এন্ড ওই সময় কিন্তু একটা হিউজ ডিল. মাইলস একটা হেডলাইন.
সো উই ডিড দ্যাট টু ওয়ারফেজ অ্যাজ ওয়েল. তখন মাইলস ছাড়া এট দ্যাট পয়েন্টে আমরা যে স্কেলে যে কথাগুলো তোমরা বলতেছো, আমরা তখন those songs were released. You can understand what it was like. মানে there were times just আমাকে তার একটা এলাকায় নিয়ে যাবে এরকম একটা ব্যাপার, এবং ওখানে all these people are getting just to see কি হবে, that সব কিছুর একটা টাইম অ্যান্ড প্লেস আছে তো. সো ইট ওয়াজ দ্যাট. তখন আমরা যে ফ্রিলি ছোটদের সাথে মিক্স করছি, নো ওয়ান ডাজ দ্যাট. এবং আমরা অন্যদেরকে যেভাবে হেল্প করছি, নোয়িং যে হ্যাঁ LRB is a sounds like a good band who will come up, যে না আর আমরা বেশি করলাম না, সেরকম না. We helped out big time. And then বাংলাদেশের entire that period যখন কনসার্ট হইতো, it was like, Hamin bhai, who else? And everybody used to call, and I'm not exaggerating, everyone called from morning till afternoon, Hamin bhai আমাকে কিন্তু একটু শো, মানে আপনার শো. So everybody wanted to play with Miles.
Of course.
So ওই জায়গার থেকেই Warfaze came. We said, yeah, Warfaze will play. So
Right.
we said LRB would play. So LRB. So ম্যাটারটা হচ্ছে যে ফর healthy competition, sort of starting from then till a long time was pretty healthy. After a while, atypically, when the media gets in and all this all rubbish started. আর আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি খুব secluded people ছিলাম, মানে introverts ourselves. It's not arrogance. There's a word that Miles মানে নাকুচা, they don't. It's a wrong concept. We don't খামাখা কথাও বলতে চাই না, কাউকে খামাখা ওই যে বলার জন্য আর কি, এই গ্রেট বাজাইছো, আসলে খুব বাজে বাজাইছি। So how can I say great? So if I say great বাজাইছো, it means great বাজাই, মানে we believed in that. We thought that media, entertainment media, who does music journalism, they should find out who is who and who is doing what, so that flows. It's not for me to contact with them and hey bhai, that kind of thing. We didn't do that for as long as we are there. We never asked a television owner, যেটা আমাদের কম্পিটিটরস অনেক একদম পার্সোনাল রিলেশনশিপ ছিল, we never built a relationship. ডাকলে ডাকবে, না ডাকলে না ডাকবে.
You didn't have to.
Miles have a very unique situation. It's based on its fans, and their fans are amazing.
100%.
And then the other thing is that we always believed in the system. Be an example. When we went abroad, we knew that there's a start. Like India-te. India-te যখন আমরা শুরু করছি, তখন আমরা একটা গেস্ট হাউসে ফ্যান চলে, একটা রুমে এসি, ওই রুমে কোন কে থাকবে এটা নিয়ে একটা এই দিয়ে শুরু করছি. But where did we go? We went into 30,000 people sell out. They didn't even see it in there. আমি একদম মাইকেই বলে দিলাম, they haven't seen anything like that. টিকেট বুথ ransack হয়ে যেতেছে. We are in Hyatt, 4 nights in Hyatt, 2 cards and everything.
Crazy.
Why? We're building the USA. First time we went, so nothing doing. Nobody will eat in the venue. তাহলে তো কেউ আসবেই না, না আসলে না আসবে, আপনি করেন না। সাউন্ড এরকম না, সাউন্ড ইউ ক্যানট, SIR আমেরিকান কোম্পানি, ওখানে এদের তো এফোর্ড করতে পারবো না, তাহলে আপনি করবেন না। আর এরা এফোর্ড করবে, আপনি কথা বলে দেখছেন কি হবে। এই যে পুশ পুলগুলা, হাউ টু ডু ইট, ছবি পাঠানো, এই পোস্টার এরকম হবে, এটাই হবে। 96 ম্যান,
হ্যাঁ, মানে অনেক আগে থেকে করে আসতেছেন।
এই সিডনিতে 2008 we are the first band, 2 nights back to back sold out.
Incredible.
So those things, I mean, what I'm trying to say হচ্ছে যে সিস্টেম সেটিংটাতে আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটা হিউজ কন্ট্রিবিউশন রাখছি, কিন্তু এটা মেনটেন করে না। এটা যদি আমার কম্প্যাট্রিয়েটস এবং আদার্স যদি মেনটেন, দ্যাট বিকাম টু ডেসপারেট, দেন দে ব্রিং দেমসেলভস ডাউন. And then the whole thing goes into dilution. If somebody like you have a song which is popular, now yes, you can do live shows, but are you keeping your place? তোমাকে তো একটা বেঞ্চ অলরেডি উঠাই দিছে, keep it there. না, সে নিচে নামবে। কোনো রকম একটা প্লেনের টিকিটের কোনো রকম আসলো, কোথায় রাখলো ঠিক নাই, সামান্য কিছু চার্জ করলো, এটসেট্রা। এইভাবেই অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা কমপ্লিট ডাইলিউশন প্রসেস অল দ্য টাইম থাকি।
হ্যাঁ, মানে এতগুলা কথা বললেন, মানে you're an incredible personality and a musician, and to get to where you are today, you must have faced challenges, right? And you put in a lot of hard work. And when you face challenges, how do you sort of overcome it and nail it and own it, essentially?
This is again inherent, I think, from the parents and etc. But the way I look at it is, the more the challenge, the better I become. The more aggressive I become. More adversities, the more aggressive I become. Like when there was a bigger match to play, I always scored.
Yeah.
Because I thrived on that. Even today, like you were saying that I don't see lyrics, anything, I do miss 1 or 2 words here, there. But I tell myself, no, it has to be, because লিরিক দেখা গান গাওয়া আর মাথায় রেখে গান গাওয়ার মধ্যে পার্থক্য আছে। So what do? I take the lyric, রাত 2টার সময় আমি লিরিক মুখস্থ করতেছি, পরের দিন রিহার্স করবো, পরের দিন রিহার্সে একটা লাইন হয়তো ওটা আবার putting it in the head, putting it in the head, putting it in the head. Then that is how. For challenges, as you were saying, is that we have got so many adverse. The ride is too long, so there had always been adverse situations. But adverse situations, particularly amar khetre, it works like কি বলে এটাকে, মানে টার্বো মোডে চলে যায়. I don't know how.
Adrenaline rush.
হ্যাঁ, টার্বো মোডে, মানে I take such calls and such timing ও তো ফ্যাক্টর হয়, কতগুলো মিনিটের ব্যাপার এর মধ্যে হইতে হবে, and it's all comes through like thinking fast. প্রিপারেশনের ক্ষেত্রে শাফিনেরও যেটা ছিল is that no consider when I pick up leaks like একটা cover song is রাত 2টা 3টা 4টা I have worked the whole day, but like 2 o'clock I've sat down to pick the song up. So what I'm trying to say, at the level that I want to do my work, my music, my whatever I do, it has a cost. But the thing is, if I want to do it at that level, then I have to tell myself very clearly from the beginning that you have to be prepared to just give as much. So etai kore ashtesi. For
Absolutely.
God knows, like.
But when it comes to fame and stardom, we have seen many people who can't cope up with it. Some people nail it. But personally, what I would like to know from you is, first of all, how do you handle fame? And secondly, can you share one of your, the craziest bolbona, because I know you have a lot, but one of your craziest rock star moment? Goosebump moment. ফিল্টার করতেছে কোনটা বলা যায়,
ওটা ডিফিকাল্ট হবে. What was your first question?
How do you handle the fame? How do you own up?
No, handle fame, name fame is a big issue.
100%.
I think it's my background, my parents, the way I've seen them, that helped. Educated mind helps. I'm sorry, I'm not very educated, but what I'm trying to say, education again, মানে জ্ঞানটা তো শুধু সার্টিফিকেট না, এটা তো পড়তে হবে, মানে তোমার ইন্টারেস্ট থাকতে হবে, তাই না? তো আমি বলতে পারি যে আমার my feet was on the ground. I am a human being first.
Okay.
And I treat all human beings same. I am everything else later. And I have some restrictions, some things somewhere I cannot. But I do understand when somebody is just trying to catch up with me out of interest, or somebody is trying to exploit. এই ব্যাপারগুলোকে দেখতে হয়, because your situation is such. ওই একটা অবস্থানে গেলে ওই অবস্থান থেকে আবার এটা একটু বুঝে নিতে হয় যে একটা ফ্যান দেখা করতে চাচ্ছে, সে মিক্স করতে চাচ্ছে, বাট ওর কি অন্য কোনো বিষয় আছে নাকি,
হিডেন এজেন্ডা।
হ্যাঁ, তো ওটা তো একটা বি কেয়ারফুল। অন্য যেটা খুব অস্বস্তি হয় সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমি ট্রুলি যেভাবে রিয়াক্ট করতে চাই পারি না, সবাই তাকায়। হ্যাঁ, আমি অ্যান এগ্রেসিভ পার্সন কিন্তু, বাই দ্য ওয়ে, মানে আমি কোয়াইট, আই বিলিভ, মানে যাকে যেভাবে ট্রিট করা উচিত সেভাবে করা উচিত। আই বিলিভ ইন জাস্টিসটা সবসময় আমার জাস্ট হইতে হবে, অ্যান্ড ইফ সামবডি ইজ ট্রাইং টু প্লে উইথ মি অর সামথিং, আমি কিন্তু খুব অ্যাগ্রেসিভ অলসো,
মানে cutthroat basically.
I can get very aggressive actually. তো তখন অ্যাগ্রেসিভ অ্যাটিটিউড মানে একটা লিমিট রেখে করতে হয়, মানে একদম কোয়াইটের মধ্যে দিয়ে করতে হয়। আই ক্যানট লাইক রিয়্যাক্ট, দ্যাটস ওয়ান থিং।
কিছুটা কি বয়সের সাথেও ম্যাচুরিটি আসে?
বয়সের সাথে হয়, বাট আই হ্যাড দ্যাট হেড ফ্রম ইভেন ইয়াঙ্গার ডেজ, ইফ আই রিমেম্বার।
I call it the sniper approach.
Absolutely. And the other one that you're saying, that on the same name and fame এর আরেকটা বিষয় হয় যেটা what happened to us as well, যেটা we never dreamt would happen. Eventually name and fame got into us as well.
Yeah.
Of course.
And we had one of the biggest fallout, and that too between me and my brother. But এটা একটা ব্যাপার আছে, again media is a matter. Again, মানে এটা আমি বলতেছি for those who would be listening to this,
Yeah.
be sure that you will have people around you who will for one reason or the other would want to break a good thing. That's one. Two, they try with one or the other, and they figure who is more vulnerable.
Right.
And then they exploit that person.
Easily breakable.
Exploit that person for their benefit. And most of the bands and artists in Bangladesh are victim of that one way or the other.
Yep.
And we thought we were much more solid and stronger, but even then it happened with us.
After nearly more than 3 decades.
3 decades. And that too with my brother. So এটার ব্যাপারে সবাই, not only that it happens, সবার খুবই অ্যালার্মড হওয়া উচিত। ইন্টারেস্ট গ্রুপ, এই যে শাকিব আল হাসানের এক দল মিডিয়া, তামিম ইকবালের আর এক দল মিডিয়া, ইচ ফিডিং ডিফারেন্ট স্টোরিজ। If they ever had a moment to talk to themselves, it would not be there.
True.
মিউজিকেও তাই, এই পিছনে লেগে থাকে, লাইক ওয়ান এবার হামিন ভাই বেশি না করতেছে, আচ্ছা শাফিন ভাইয়ের কাছে যাই, শাফিন ভাই দেখি শাফিন ইজ সেইং দ্য সেম থিং উইচ আই সেড নো টু, ঘুরে এসে ঘুরতেছে, these things are alarming. And you're talking about the moment. The craziest moment was মানে somebody write, মানে অটোগ্রাফ, ছবি তুলবে, অটোগ্রাফ নিবে, তো বলে আপনার অটোগ্রাফ আমার হাতেই আছে, বলে এখান দিয়ে একদম কাটা নাম। I freaked. Why did you do that? No. Then I realized, man, his taking is too deep. So that was
literally deep. Sorry.
Very literally deep. And that's one kind. The other kind was, another funny moment was, there was this always confusion about Hamin Shafin.
Yeah.
So there was this TV interview. So I was telling the host that, so she approached with me as Shafin bhai. So I said, no. এটা সব সময় হয়, হামিন ভাই বুঝছেন, আমি তো বুঝতেই পারি না। Okay, listen, I'm Hamin, he's Shafin. It's all right. So camera on, roll. And he looks at his Shafin. So that was one moment. Another, if I just quickly pass through, Mahbub used to play drums with us. We were in Chandigarh playing all cover songs, Deep Purple. What was the song? We were playing actually Strange Kind of Woman. And in the middle of that, or kintu chashma pore gele, he can't see.
I'm sure he'll be watching this.
He was playing, and then the stick, I think, caught on to his onek upore anto, and flicked his
Glasses off.
He's Hamin bhai. But quickly, it was thankfully near him. So while we were playing, I was watching. He's fanatically looking for. So that was another funny moment. What else? I can't remember all of that.
Just speaking of Shafin bhai, like, we know how important he was for Miles and in your life. Shafin bhai's sudden demise, I'm sure you know the impact that had on you personally. We can't imagine. But how have you seen life differently after this irreplaceable loss?
It's a big loss in the sense that our lives were together for a long, মানে ছোটবেলার থেকে actually, পিটাপিটি যেটা বলে। And তারপরে তো কোনো না কোনো সময় কলেজ থেকে ভাইরা ডিফারেন্ট লাইফ আর ডিফারেন্ট, বাট সামহাও আমার ফ্রেন্ড সার্কেল তার ফ্রেন্ড সার্কেল সেম ছিল, সেম স্কুল, সেম কলেজ, সেম ক্রিকেট। When we started doing music together, it was the most natural thing to happen. Then Miles, that was together, then whole ride together and all that. and then suddenly this. এখন the thing that there's quite a few realizations, and one is he used to stand on my right, and obviously he was who he was. So
প্রেজেন্সটা ছিল
ওই যে সিবলিংসদের মধ্যে হয় না যে আনটোল্ড একটা envy. He had for me, I had for him. I was happy what he was doing, and he was coming out to be, I guess he was happy, and etc. But this became like the most normal thing. I look at right and he's there. So we are playing. This is what we've been doing for ages. So now suddenly on the right he's not there, and he's not going to be there. So that realization is it comes to you every time I go to play, and that with that comes the other because আমাদের ways of talking এগুলো কতগুলো ব্যাপার ছিল আর কি স্টেজ প্রেজেন্সে পিপল ফিরোজা বেগমের ছেলের জমজ নাকি এরা এই যে নামের ভুল বাট মাই পার্সোনাল থিং সেসব তো না আমার পার্সোনাল হচ্ছে যে ইটস আ বিগ লস বিকজ ই ওয়াজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি ভেরি ক্লোজ আনফর্চুনেটলি যে মিউজিকের থেকেই পরে ডিফারেন্সটা হয়েছে দ্যাটস দ্য অনলি টাইম উই ওয়ার অ্যাপার্ট ফ্রম his kids are almost like my kids right now, so that is there, and they're missing the father and all that. ওই ওটাও দেখতেছি আর personally losing a brother is obviously, and that close that obviously is a very it's in my mind. I mean it's not easy to take off.
Absolutely.
Musical experience to miles to আমরা at one point became myself, Shafin, Manam, triangle sort of. তো ওদিক থেকেও একটা ব্যাপার. But we are carrying him where we are going. Yesterday it was the same. We had a US tour there, it was the same. And people love him. He was an amazing vocalist and a bass player.
Oh, fantastic.
With his styles. That brought such an aura to the band, and that is his achievement actually.
Absolutely,
100%.
উনি যেরকম বেস সে বাজাতেন এবং যে লেভেলে গান গেত, it's very difficult. As a musician, I know how difficult it is, and I had to nail it. Shafin bhai was absolutely at the pinnacle.
Absolutely.
মিউজিক শোজ নিয়ে একটু আলাপ করি, মানে গান বাংলা, কোক স্টুডিও, এগুলোর ইম্প্যাক্টটা বাংলাদেশের মিউজিক সিনে কি আপনি পজিটিভলি দেখছেন নাকি ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যাকচুয়ালি কিভাবে? হোয়াটস ইউর টেক?
কর্পোরেট নিয়ে আমার অ্যালার্জি আছে from my experience. I think coming to your question, first thing I would say, the two things in Bangladesh went very big. One with the help of an international body called ICC, and it became cricket. But music went on its own independently. Why I say that? These two filled the stadium themselves.
Yep.
Now look at the rock concerts. We not only filled the ground, we filled the galleries as well. But do we have a mentor or some kind of a regulating body? No, we don't have the ICC. We don't have it. So we are independent. But in numbers, I'm not the same. But where the cricketers have enjoyed, musicians could not enjoy. It's because the corporates used the musicians as they liked. And as their product didn't need it, they dropped it out.
Commercialization.
So now coming to Coke Studio. Coke Studio as a brand has gone popular in, I would say, mainly from Pakistan.
Yes.
And India failed miserably.
100%.
And Bangladesh started pretty badly, but I guess it's going somewhere now.
Picking up,
But point out again, corporate attachments and etc. is for their benefit. And yes, whoever is doing the productions and everything, I'm surely beneficial. my big question would be those who are participating in the Coke Studio, are they getting benefited? The young kid who has got his song in there and have recorded, has he benefited? That is the issue that will always haunt the music scene in Bangladesh. And unfortunately, the crores and crores, multi crores companies also didn't compensate enough to musician artists in Bangladesh. In the pandemic, no one gave a damn how they're living. The rock musicians were living their life. You have to understand that. They abandoned them. Government too. I know some of them. I'll tell you, one of them sold ghee. We had ourselves, we thought of something, we did whatever it is. But is that enough? No. অথচ কোনো প্রোগ্রাম বাংলাদেশে কোনো ইভেন্ট বড়ভাবে চিন্তা করলে ব্যান্ড ছাড়া there is no ending.
Of course. Temporary.
There is no ending. There is no glamour to the thing unless there is this great band that's going to play. But at the time of problems, dumped. They've been dumping. Grameen is no more doing any concerts anywhere. Neither is Bangladesh, neither this, that. Nobody. Because তাদের focus সরে গেছে. There is no D-Rockstar because just focus সরে গেছে. অথচ thousands of requests come every day. যে ভাই এরকম কি আর একটা হবে?
আমার অ্যাকচুয়ালি পরবর্তী কোয়েশ্চেনটা এটা নিয়েই ছিল।
Exactly.
97-এ Benson and Hedges Star Search. Then D-Rockstars 1 and 2. ওগুলো ছিল heydays of underground music আমি যদি বলি। আপনারা দেখেছেন ওই সময়। You nurtured it, you promoted it. And then আজকে আমার মনে হচ্ছে এটা একটা void নেই, একটা ঝিঝি পোকা ডাকছে। এটা কেন ভাই? এটাকে রিভাইভ করা কিভাবে সম্ভব?
এটা এগেইন যে কালচারের বাইরে আপস্টার্ট সোসাইটি হলে যেটা হয় কি সবার থিঙ্কিং তো আপস্টার্ট হয়। ও কালচারে নাই, ও কর্পোরেট ডেস্কে আগামীকাল একজন এসে বসলো, হি থিংস দ্যাট হি ইজ দ্য স্মার্টেস্ট, হি নোজ অল অ্যাবাউট মিউজিক। হ্যাঁ, কর্পোরেট তার পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ থেকে চিন্তা করতেছে যে মিউজিকটাকে আমরা এইভাবে দেখতে চাই। বাট ডাজ মিউজিক হ্যাপেন দ্যাট ওয়ে? নো, মিউজিক হ্যাপেন্স অন ইটস ওন ফ্লো। Anywhere in the world, whatever music is happening, তারা ওটার থেকে পিক করে নেয়। I want to be involved here. But in Bangladesh is peculiar because তারা ক্রিয়েট করতে চায়, মানে এটা এরকম চাচ্ছি। You know what I mean?
এইভাবে বানায় দেন।
হ্যাঁ, মানে এরকম চাচ্ছি,
এই প্রোডাক্টটা মার্কেটে চলে,
ওরকম একটা করবেন, এরকম, so no, it's on the wrong foot, absolutely. And it's exploitation. Musicians in Bangladesh had been exploited in and out, and they are to be blamed also. মানে আমরা যে দোয়া ফটিক তা না, we are 100% responsible for what's happening to us. Because আমরা একটা জায়গাতে কোনো ডিসাইড করতে পারি নাই, যেটা শ্রমিকরা পারে আমরা পারি না।
True.
Say, hey, I'm not interested in participating. এটা বলতে পারি না। একজন বললে আরেকজন পাশ দিয়ে ঢুকে যায়, আমি আসি। Things like that. Coke Studio will be riding on the brand Coke Studio, etc. Some songs which are redone or happening are nice, pretty good. I'm sure listeners. But যেটা হচ্ছে কি, সেটা হচ্ছে যে লিসনিং প্ল্যাটফর্মটা আগে যেমন একটা সময় যখন শুরুটা হয়েছিল তখন পাটুয়াটুলির থেকে পরে যে প্রোডাকশন কোম্পানিগুলো বার হয়েছিল যারা ক্যাসেট অর সাচ সিরিজ ডিস্ট্রিবিউট এন্ড সেল করতো, সেটা যেমন একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম ছিল ফর মিউজিশিয়ানস টু এক্সপোজ দেয়ার মিউজিক। সো এখন ওসব তো নাই, এখন আছে ইউটিউব অ্যান্ড এটসেট্রা। তো ওখানে তো থাউজেন্ডস অফ সংস আছে, ফোকাস নাই, প্রমোশনের দরকার হয়। সো হোয়াটস গোনা হ্যাপেন, কোক স্টুডিও ওই দিক থেকে ওই জিনিসটাকে অনেক ফরওয়ার্ড করতে পারবে। যে ওখানে গান করবে সে খুব ফোকাসড হয়ে যাবে, দ্যাট কাইন্ড অফ থিং। গান বাংলা অন দি আদার হ্যান্ড ওয়াজ ভেরি ইউনিক। গান বাংলা যেভাবে ট্রেডিশনাল সংস as well as the contemporary as well as the bands, যে ক্যালিবার অফ মিউজিশিয়ানস নিয়ে এবার যে ধরনের অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করছে আর যারা বাজিয়েছে ওইখানে, ইজ মানে ভেরি ইউনিক। এবং আমি তো when I was touring America and etc. করে দেখছি তারা ভিডিও দেখার পর they fell from their chairs, man.
It was actually a wind of change.
Absolutely winds of change. And সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট যে জিনিসটা সেটা হচ্ছে মিউজিশিয়ান গুলো, ওয়ার্ল্ড ক্লাস মিউজিশিয়ানস, and you are putting বাংলা songs with them. ওর যে অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্টটা তারা যে মানে ইনপুট গুলো দেয় মারাত্মক, এবং এর টোটাল কস্ট বেয়ারিং এটসেট্রা, মানে নোবডি ওয়ান্টস টু গিভ দ্যাট ক্রেডিট টু এগেন বাঙালির দৈন্যতা। মানে তোমার সাথে একজনের পার্সোনাল যে ডিফারেন্সই থাকুক,
অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট দ্য পারসন,
পার্সোনাল হতে পারে, বাট সে যে বাংলা গানের জন্য যে কাজটা করছে সেটার জন্য তো তোমাকে অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করতে হবে,
অবশ্যই।
এবং তাপস দ্য ওয়ে হি ডিড ইট ওয়াজ কেউ আসুক কি না আসুক আমি আমার টাকায় করবো, এই জিনিসটা কজন বলবে
এক্স্যাক্টলি।
সো ডেফিনেটলি আই গিভ ফুল ক্রেডিট। এবং গান বাংলা যে নাই এটা বাংলাদেশি, আই এম শিওর দোজ হু listens to music missing it, definitely
100%.
because ওই ফোক সংস গুলো ওই ভার্সন গুলো এখন কোথায় পাবে, কোথায় নাই তো।
আমরা almost at the end of our show, and before we I guess Riasat concludes, আমি একটা প্রশ্ন আপনার কাছে জিজ্ঞেস করতে চাই, সেটা হচ্ছে যে for people who are learning music today and are willing to take music as a profession, what would be your message to them?
If you're not passionate, you shouldn't. And if you are passionate and you start, then give yourselves the time to learn. You got to hold your horses, be patient, and hold it for just 2 years and learn. Because keno, it's not my word. It's a chirachorit ekta kotha ache jeta. It's the first impression is the last impression. I want to tell them that yes, you can go 10 times in front of people and each time you are a little better than the last time, but you are ruining your situation because people, he was better, he was good this time, but you don't need that. You need, wow man, that's fantastic, and that only happens at the first impression. Your preparation, let it not be public and on stage. Your preparation, let it be in your room. When you go up there, you are a finished product. And then, if you are creative and all that, people, oh, yes, this is the guy. Then I want to bring the other stage. So now you're a finished guy and etc. Your music is released and people start hearing your music, they're following you and etc. What do? You got to keep your plan in mind. Don't deviate from the plan. Don't deviate from the delay of releasing of an album. Don't delay whatever else you have been thinking, music video and etc. just because you are engaged in shows, for example. Don't deviate from being influenced. ওই গানটা কাজ করেছিল তাহলে এরকম করে আরেকটা বানাই। No, let your creative process flow. Let yourself flow and keep flowing. Don't give gap, and every time that you are going up on stage, it's like, make it like your one and only time.
Wonderful advice, Anbhai. Thank you so much. Thank you. As we wrap up today's episode, we are reminded of the incredible journey Hamin Bhai has taken. From cricket field to shaping the music scene in Bangladesh, his insights into hard work, creativity, and resilience offer inspiration not only to musicians, but to anyone striving for excellence. We hope his stories motivate you to pursue your passion, embrace challenges, and contribute positively to your community and society. Thank you once again, Hamin Bhai.
Thank you for having me.
Your wisdom and experience, thanks for sharing your wisdom and experience with us. And to our listeners, stay tuned for more captivating conversations ahead. And if you like what we do, please give us a follow and a like on our socials. This is Riasat and Ifaz signing off. Keep the dream alive, and we'll catch you in the next one.